What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are live here the day before the draft. All right, tomorrow I'll be going live around this time to kick the draft off. Man, it's going to be a fun first round, even though we don't have a first round pick. And this stream is to tell you why. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that the Miami Dolphins, at least as of right now, we aren't players in the first round this year and the second round potentially. But there are a lot of things to look out for. There are a lot of things that we need to look out for as Dolphin fans because you never know. That's the thing about the draft. You never know what's going to happen, okay? But I was sitting back last night and I just kept thinking about all the things happening in the NFL and the possibility of what could happen tomorrow. And my mind was going. And I said, I got to do a stream on all of these scenarios. So, and I didn't even write them down, but they're all here. So I'm going to hopefully remember them all. But we got to go through what we need to watch out for in the NFL in general, because there are some moves that could be made. And it doesn't mean it won't happen to the Miami Dolphins. Now, some of the moves I named, we might just want to look out for them for another team, but we're not exempt, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you think you know what we're doing. Sometimes you think you know the direction we're headed. And on draft day, it's totally different. So we're going to go through those scenarios. Give me 1 second as I load something up real quick. All right, I'm good. All right, but y'all hit that like button on your way in. We got 123 people watching, but make sure you hit that like button. Waiting on you all. Let's get it up. Punch that like button so YouTube can let other people know that we are live right now. Hit it. Shout out to all the members of the channel. Shout out to the mod squad and everybody who subscribed to the channel. I salute to you all. Thank y'all for the love and support as always, okay? Let me see here. Let me get this off of here. My bad. Somebody from Facebook posted something that most of y'all wouldn't see anyway because y'all on YouTube. I'm just moving it or whatever. All right, cool. We're good. All right. Punch that like button, y'all. Let's get it up. Before we get started, okay? Now, first and foremost, let's talk about this. The Miami Dolphins ain't got nothing this year. But that don't mean we can't get into this year. We have assets next year, okay? Not only do we have assets next year, we also have players that we could use if we wanted to be players in this draft, okay? All of these things are on the table in draft day because what we need to understand is Chris Grier has gotten nothing but phone calls today. That's all he's gotten. Phone call after phone call after phone call. Today, yesterday, the day before, it's been a 2-week period of every general manager going crazy getting phone calls. Is this player available? Is that player available? Is this player available? That player available? We already know the Miami Dolphins stance on everything. Everybody's available at the right price. Some guys are untouchable, but if you offer a crazy, crazy price, nobody's untouchable. The only person on this team, in my opinion, that might be untouchable right now is Tyreek Hill. That's about it. And for the right price, he could even be gone. He could even be gone. But Chris Grier is an opportunist. He wants to make the most out of every situation. And he's going to always win on his trades typically, okay? That isn't always the case. Jarvis Landry. Jai. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But listen, let's go through some of the things that we may need to look out for. Let's start out with our team alone. All right, let's talk about the players who could be moved on draft day so that we could be a part of the early rounds. The number one player that could be moved, I want y'all to put it in the comment section. Who do y'all think the number one player that could be moved on draft day is? TD, you got a haircut? Yes, I cut it. Did a little something. Tried to do a little something. It ain't all that, but who's the number one player that could be moved? I see Wilkins, Mike. It looks like y'all in the right area, okay? Mike Gesicki is the number one player that could be moved, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Gesicki is not a top 3 tight end in the NFL, but he is going to be getting paid top 3 tight end money this year. The Miami Dolphins have been uncommittal on Mike Gesicki. Franchise tagging a player is basically saying we're not committed to you. I don't know where people get this notion that we franchise tag Gesicki, we're sold on him. Franchising tagging a player means that you're either not sold on him or you just want to utilize his services again and take it on a year-by-year basis because he's movable. Mike Gesicki could very well be traded, ladies and gentlemen, for a second-round pick, in my opinion. That's his value right now, in my opinion. His youth and his ability could be traded for a second-round pick to get us into day 2. Or Mike Gesicki and something like a 4th-round pick, 3rd-round pick could move you at the bottom of the first. And when I say bottom, that's like 28th, 29th, 30th. Mike Gesicki in a mid-round pick could get you late in the first round. You never know. This is something that we need to look out for. Okay? So Mike Gesicki is one of those players that on draft day, we just want to continue to keep our eyes on opportunities. If it's there, he could be one of those guys that's getting moved. Shout out to Triple S Podcast for the donation. Said TD, franchise tags are an average of top 5 at the position, not 3. I'm pretty sure. Blessings, bro. Let me look that up. Last I knew it was top 3. Did they switch it to 5? Franchise tag. Let me see. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I thought it was top 3. It might be 5. You might be right. Let me see. All right. A franchise tag player receives a salary that is determined either by finding the average of the top 5 salaries, okay, at the player's position, or by calculating 120% of the player's current salary. Appreciate that, man. Correct me when I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen, and acknowledge me when I'm right. I appreciate that. We always want to be factual over here. Thanks, Triple S. So it's top 5. But is Mike Gesicki a top 5 tight end? The answer, honestly, if we want to be truthful, is no. I still have him somewhere around 6 to 8 right now. because those guys in New England, they were better ranking wise last year, but they didn't really produce last year. And Mike didn't really either. You know, his stats still always underwhelm, but a lot of that has to do with our system and all of that stuff. But either way, they're non-committal on Mike. And is Mike really a scheme fit for this team? I don't think he's a scheme fit for the team, but if Mike McDaniel is the great coach that we hope that he is, he will make him fit the scheme by scheming around what he does well. So either way, we can make it work, but he's not the ideal scheme fit, just to be upfront with you all about that. All right. So Mike Gesicki is the one that the number one player on this roster that you want to keep your eyes out for in the draft. If the right deal comes, he could be moved. If the right trade comes, he could be moved, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember that. All right. Also, number 2 on this team that you got to look out for on day one, Christian Wilkins. We've already talked about this the other day when it comes to having his replacement in Zach Zeiler, who plays just as well. Now, Zach Zeiler has about 180 snaps less than Christian Wilkins, but are we going to compare when Christian got like 700 and Zach got like 520? It's still over 500 snaps. I mean, over 400 snaps is pretty tight. But this is a guy that he's up for a contract. Miami's trying to do a contract. They don't have much longer to turn in the 5th-year option. They have to decide if they're going to exercise the 5th-year option within a week, if I'm not mistaken. So this is going to be very interesting in how that situation goes. They're either setting up to pay Christian Wilkins very well, or they're shopping him and seeing what the max they can get for him. Because this is the reality, ladies and gentlemen. This is the reality. Christian Wilkins has played so well last year that he's going to get paid. And I personally feel like he would be a better fit in other schemes, and that's why other teams may be looking at him. And there has been rumbling, from my understanding, about chatters about Christian Wilkins, but again, nothing in stone. But Christian Wilkins is definitely one that you can look out for because he can bring you a first-round pick and a late-round pick, in my opinion. You could literally get a first-round pick for Christian Wilkins. I think that you can get away with like a number 20 overall pick and like a 5th or 4th rounder. Or just his ceiling, you might be able to get away with a 15th overall pick for Christian Wilkins. Somewhere around there. And I don't know where Miami stands with them because just like Mike Gesicki, they haven't committed in Gesicki, but they got less than a week to commit to Christian Wilkins to pick up that 5th-year option because it doesn't make sense. Nobody's going to not pick up a 5th-year option if you believe in them. That's the way you save money. 5th-year option is probably going to be $5 million less than what he's typically going to be worth on the market. Now, the good thing is, even if they pick up the 5th-year option, they don't have to work a long-term deal right away because they got the 5th-year option. They can do it next year. But Miami has already said they're trying to work on his long-term deal so that they could use these 2 seasons plus the extension with the 5th-year option to spread the money out, and it won't hurt the team as much even if you pay them big dollars. But still, the question to be asked is that what they're going to do? Is that what they are going to do? Okay? And remember, this is something you have to consider as well. Guys like Gesicki, he wasn't even a Flores guy, but he ain't a Mike McDaniel guy. Christian Wilkins was a Flores guy. He's not a Mike McDaniel guy. I think guys on defense, he's not going to be favored to them. He's going to look at you got to think about it. You're bringing in an offensive-minded coach. He's going to be more minded of, I don't really care much about that. I mean, I want a good defense, but at the same token, I don't need to spend all that money. I mean, send them off and let's keep making the offense better. That's typically how their philosophy is. We already paying X all of that, Byron all of that. We gave Ogbar money. You know, Jerome Baker's getting a contract. I came in the door not liking, I'm sure. I mean, I don't want to pay Christian 16, 17, 18, 19 million. You know, I'd rather save that money and put more on offense where I know we can thrive more, where I can get more out of it. So that's something to consider. So Christian Wilkins on first round draft night, when we're sitting there and the number 6 pick has been traded, the number 10, the number 15, whatever it is, that's one to look out for. A player has been traded. That's one to look out for, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Another guy to look out for on draft night for potential trade value, and it could be somewhere, something like a 3rd round pick, but he could be a part of a package too. Byron Jones. Not because we don't like him, not because we don't want him on the team, but his contract is expiring to the point, and when I say expiring, he's still got 3 years left. But when I say expiring, the guaranteed money is expiring. That gives whoever trades for him flexibility. And we still want to see, how do they feel about continuing to pay him an average, annual of around 16 a year? Are they good with that? I'm good with it, because I feel like he's the heart of the defense when it comes to the combination with him and Xavier Howard. You take away Byron Jones, you need a replacement just as good or better, because if you don't, we're going to run more zone than y'all think. We're going to run a lot more zone than many people think. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. I don't want to run no zone, okay? It's like Matt Burke days. That's just no zone, no Matt Burke zone. Okay, that's all I think about. When Byron Jones and X were hurt in 2020 at the beginning of the season, first 5 games, all we did is ran zone and got killed for it. Got killed. Soon as Byron came back from injury, we start winning games, 0 blitzing. This year, X was favoring that little knee scope. Byron was still dealing with an injury. You see, Byron ain't get it taken care of until this all season. He just had his little surgery. But this might be the first year they come back healthy, both of them. So last year when they both got hurt, it was about 8 weeks. They both were laboring an injury. And I keep on proving this to y'all. In the first 8 weeks, did you ever see a 0 blitz? Even when Tua played, when we were playing against New England, like we probably 0 blitz 1% of the time, or even gave the look. And as soon as they said those guys are back to normal, they're healthy, and Flores said we're gonna play a different brand of football, defense turned it up, became one of the top defenses in that stretch. That's why it's important to keep Byron. But again, just like Christian Wilkins, what is Mike McDaniel's philosophy on we can give a little away on defense as we continue to make the offense better? We can give a little away on defense, but is it really a little? We don't know. We don't know what his true thoughts are on all of this. Well, technically we do know, because he said it in his press conference when he first got hired. He said, even if that means we have to take a little of success away from defense to bring a lot of success to offense. He said those words. And I'm just sitting back. So far, I don't see any piece of that happening. But this draft, it could happen. It could happen in the form of Christian Wilkins. It could happen in the form of Byron Jones, or it could happen in the form of both of them. X ain't going nowhere because you gave him money that nobody else probably going to want to give a draft pick and pay for. X is locked in now. You gave him money that nobody's going to want to give you a draft pick and pay. So X is staying. So keep that in mind. We're going to keep our eyes on that situation. All right. All right. Also on this team, a potential guy that could be moved. And honestly, he ain't going to get moved. He's not gonna get moved, but I'm just saying this anyway because I want to get off the contract. And thinking this is just my little wish list. I'm gonna throw it out there. It's not gonna happen, but it's just me. If they can find a way to get off of Jerome Baker's contract, Lord, oh my gosh, I just can't get over it. If they can get off that contract, man, oh my gosh. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not even going to elaborate. That's just something that I wish they could do because no, I don't like that. I don't like the deal. But anyway, it is what it is. At least one more year, we'll deal with it. All right. So those are the players on this team that you need to watch out for draft nights, night 1 and 2. Keep your eyes on these situations because they could turn out to be something massive. Now, around the league, I want you to watch out for a few things that are happening around the league. I want to tell you about the things that could be, Miami could be looking into it. Don't mean they will, because when I start naming them, people are going to be like, whoa, TD, stop that, man. You need to get over it and this and that. Just shut up, all right? Just listen to what I'm saying. All right. So, number one thing to watch out for in the draft. First and foremost, Deebo Samuels. We've been talking about that for at least a week now. I think he'll get dealt within the next 24 to 48 hours. Deebo Samuel's situation is something to look out for, and it could be with some of the people that I've already named on this team that could be moved and or the draft picks for next year. Deebo Samuels is the one to look out for, okay? Do not sleep on that situation. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I'm telling you, don't sleep on the situation. That is number one, straight up, okay? Number two that you need to look out for, you better look out for Mekhi Becton in New York. Mekhi Becton in New York. There's speculation that he may not want to play another snap for the Jets, and they know that. They're trying to remedy the situation. But just in case things go south in that situation, just look out for it. Okay? So, Mekhi Becton, and listen, I'm going to tell you like this. We get Mekhi Becton, we may have close to the best O-line in the NFL. Y'all give me a second. We might have close to the best line in the NFL. Now, he always getting hurt, but ain't no different from Armstead. But we might have the best O-line in the NFL. So we would just have to decide if we want to put Mekhi Becton or Armstead on the right side. But look out for that situation. And it probably would be Armstead that they would switch since he's the veteran, just a master at the game, and to protect Tua's blind side. I'm just saying, and this ain't got nothing to do with Tua. It could be another team. Mekhi Becton is one to really look out for in the draft as a potential trade. Another guy that you got to look out for in the draft is A.J. Brown in Tennessee. How that situation is going to play out because things aren't favorable over there as well. I'm not, and I'm telling y'all, if Miami is trying to potentially get Deebo and it don't work, they could be looking at an option like that as well. I think Miami is really trying to go all out and all in around Tua. Well, at least we hope so. So keep an eye on that situation. Somebody said Tunsil, TD. I was actually going to bring him up. Laramie Tunsil is another guy. That would send the Dolphin Nation crazy. Just for the simple fact, man. God, dog, full circle. Laramie Tunsil to finish it out. That would send this community in. Man, we'd be going crazy. I think everybody would. Nobody would be opposed to that. That would just be the beautiful move that we're just like, oh, we know we're going to the Super Bowl. We just gonna say it just because it's Laramie. Because Laramie Tunsil is the one who offspringed all of this stuff the last 3 years. Laramie Tunsil, the reason we got everything we got, even if it wasn't a direct pick, is Laramie Tunsil. Laramie Tunsil, why, in my opinion, why you got Jalen Phillips, why you got dang, I'm already having a brain fart. Why you got Jalen Phillips? Why you got Tua, honestly. Why you got Man, I'm sitting here not named Raekwon. Why you got Waddle? Why you got hey man, I am really shooting a blank right now. Our safety. I don't know why I'm sitting there thinking about Brandon Jones, but him too. But Minka, screw Minka, whatever. Javon Holland, I don't know why I forgot his name. Javon Holland. I mean, just everything. He's the two future first round picks. Everything. Tyreek Hill, technically, when you think about it, he's the reason you got Tyreek. I mean, it just, he's the reason. He's the reason. Somebody saying Noah. Hey, throw him in there. Throw him in there. Man. But yeah, man, like I said, look out for that too. You never know. Also, what do you need to look out for? I know nobody wants to hear this, but I don't care. You still need to look out for it. It may not pertain to us, but you got to look out for it. Baker Mayfield, you got to look out for that situation on draft day. You got to look out for the real one. You got to look out for is Kyler Murray. I know it was some fake stuff that came out today about Kyler, but you got to look out for that situation. Kyler Murray could very well be on the move tomorrow. Kyler Murray could be on the move tomorrow. Let me tell you who else you should be looking out for. Tom Brady. He could still be on the move. I don't care what anybody says. You never know. These are the things that can happen in the draft. Tom Brady could be on the move. I just find it very interesting that Gronk hasn't signed yet. I'm just saying, you never know. You never know. These are all the guys that could possibly be on the move. And I'm not saying to the Miami Dolphins, but it could. Don't forget about, somebody just put in the comment section, the Honey Badger. Don't forget about what's the defensive end that we brought in? What's his name again? Because again, I'm having a brain fart. What's his name again? The defensive end that we brought in for a visit. We were hoping to sign, but he's still a free agent. We didn't sign him. Somebody will help me out. Come on, Dolphin scholars. Where y'all at? Yes, Ingram. So he could be on the move. I mean, these are pickups that could happen during that time, but also a trade. Don't overlook the Lamar Jackson situation too. Don't overlook the Lamar Jackson situation either. That one could very well happen too. There's a lot of things that could take place between now and draft night, man, and we're going to buckle our seatbelt. Now, this draft could go smooth and everybody pick who they at, but I don't see it because too many teams have multiple picks. When you have multiple picks, you're more inclined to trade one or two of them. Too many teams have multiple picks, y'all. And somebody could send something on the way. So keep that in mind. I think it's going to be real interesting. I think it's definitely going to be real interesting. Another thing I wanted to talk to y'all about, though, I ain't going to lie. I'm not going to lie, man. I am a little bothered if Deebo goes to New York, y'all. New York look like they trying to go all in to get him. I don't think Deebo wants to go there. And I think he's probably going to ask for insane money there if they do try to trade for him, so that if he does go there, they're going to have to pay unreal money that's probably never been heard of before for a running back. That very well could happen. So I'm a little worried about that. Deebo going to the Jets. Y'all ain't got to be worried about it, but let me tell y'all something. What a lot of people aren't talking about is this. First of all, they already projected to take the top offensive lineman in the draft. At number 4, I think it is where they draft. I think they draft at 4, 10, and something else too. But they already projected to take that best O lineman in the draft. Let me tell y'all something. If they get that lineman in the draft, the Jets might have the best O-line in the NFL. That's something nobody talks about. The Jets might have the best offensive line in the NFL if they draft that kid. If you add Deebo Samuels, first of all, you're going to have one of the best run games too, because you already got a good young back, plus you add Deebo Samuels. Your receiving core is Deebo Samuels, Corey Davis, Tooney, Mims, and Braxton Berrios. Some could argue that's better than what we already have. Real talk. You can disagree all you want. Some could argue that would be better than what we have right now. Not by far at all. Almost identical, but some could argue it could be just as good, if not better. Because Deebo would cancel out Tyreek, and whether y'all want to admit it or not, I know Dolphin fans don't want to admit this. Yeah, Elijah Moore. Why did I say Mims? It's Elijah Moore. Some of y'all don't want to admit this, and I see it on Twitter and stuff, but y'all need to stop this lying. Deebo Samuels is more valuable than Tyreek Hill. Stop the cap. He's just as good of a receiver threat, and he has the element of running the ball, in my opinion, better than Tyreek because he can absorb more. He's more solid than this man. He's bigger than Tyreek. I don't know why y'all always got to be these homers. Oh, no, Tyreek better than Deebo. I'm sorry. Stop the cap. Now, if you want a 1A, 1B it, that's fine. But y'all stop. And he's younger. Let's get that straight, too. He's younger as well. But stop the cap. Deebo is more valuable than Tyreek. And it ain't, I mean, you can almost make it identical, but let's stop making it seem like it ain't. I see people talk about, oh, it ain't even close. It ain't even close. Do y'all understand what Deebo was in San Francisco putting up for his team, especially if he didn't get hurt? Hey, listen, y'all can disagree all you want, man. Y'all can disagree all y'all want. You can't sit here and tell me what Tyreek does better than Deebo. You can't. You can't. You can make something up. And let me go a step further. In the system that we're going to be running, Deebo is 10 times better. He's 10 times better. Somebody say, yes, I can. Well, don't say yes, I can. Name what he's better at. Yeah, don't sit here and talk about I disagree, you're cap and you're wrong. Name it. Name it. Please name it. Please name the intangible he's better at. Please name the intangible. Speed. You see what I'm talking about? Speed, hands, running, electricity. Stop it. Are y'all see? You know what the problem is? Y'all just ain't watching enough Deebo. Y'all ain't watching enough Deebo. Y'all, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, man. Well, let me put this in. You have not watched enough Deebo. I've watched enough Deebo. He said, you act like Deebo, Hill can't do nothing Deebo does. You're missing it. Hill can do everything Deebo can. The difference is Deebo going to break more tackles than Hill. Tyreek Hill ain't out there breaking no tackles. That ain't what he is. That's the difference between the two. They're like similar players. The only difference is Deebo's size and his physicality breaks tackles. I ain't talking about the shifty avoid the tackle, break tackles, run through the contact better. These guys are like 1A and 1B to me, but Deebo is more physical and can break tackles. It's simple. That's why I said name what Tyreek does better than Deebo. Name what he does better. Speed ain't doing something better. It's a 4-2 versus 4-2 versus a 4-4. Y'all could make that a difference all y'all want. It's not when you got power. Breaking tackles. Coming downhill. Nobody's scared to tackle Tyreek Hill full speed. Deebo Samuels, on the other hand, business decisions. Business decisions. How is Deebo not a game breaker? I didn't say he wasn't. I definitely know he is. Oh, somebody else must be saying Tyreek a game breaker and Deebo not? And Deebo's not? Do y'all also realize Deebo did everything that he did with Jimmy Garoppolo? With Jimmy G? And again, overall, in our system, Deebo is 10 times more valuable than Tyreek will ever be. I'm sorry, y'all. In our system that we're going to run, Deebo. But anyway, we ain't got to go too much back and forth about it. 10 times better, though? Yeah, I'm exaggerating a little when I say 10 times better, but I'm trying to emphasize in this system that we run. In this system that we run, this is Deebo's system. Matter of fact, all you need is Deebo in this system, and you put up numbers. All you need is Deebo. All you need is Deebo in this system. You put up numbers. If all you had was Tyreek, you still gonna need a few other things, because in this system you got to be a physical runner when you're running the ball, when you're handing it out off on the jet sweeps, because Deebo's gonna get more on the jet sweeps. Deebo's gonna get more on the off tackle runs, the handoffs where you're running between the tackles. He's gonna do all of that. Tyreek ain't running between no tackles. Tyreek ain't an ultimate threat where you're going to hand the ball off for him to go up the middle or off the tackles. No, you're going around the edge, and that's it with him. Deebo does it all. Yeah, I agree. They both are good players. They're both great players. I'm just saying, in this system, people don't understand. The physicality is even bigger. When a guy get his hands on you and you breaking that tackle, and y'all want to go off of, well, Tyreek ain't gonna let you get his hands on him. Stop acting like this man don't get tackled in the backfield sometimes on bubble screens. Stop acting like this man don't get a 5-yard out and only get the 5 yards. You can go watch Mahomes films, the film with Mahomes. It's on film. Trust me. Tyreek had, y'all make it seem like Tyreek that much of the game changer. Honestly, then why him and Waddle had just about the same amount of yardage? Ain't no difference than Waddle to me. And Tyreek had Mahomes and Waddle had Tua. He's a threat. As a matter of fact, if we threw the deep ball to Waddle, Waddle would have had better numbers than Tyreek. They would have had better numbers than Tyreek. Do you know what Deebo was on his way of putting up? Do you know the numbers Deebo was about to put up? TD, you drinking something? Yeah, water and truth. Water and truth. That's what I'm drinking. Killing me, man. This man had 1,405 yards catching the ball. And that was only 77 freaking receptions. 18.2 a reception. Yo, but I ain't gonna lie, Dolphin fans, I know you just sticking up for the man that's in the uniform. I get it. And Deebo got hurt. We ain't talking about that. See, this is what I'm talking about. You want to sit here and tell me who's more explosive? Deebo Samuels had 1,405 yards and didn't even play every game and only caught 77 balls. The man only caught 77 catches and put up 1,400 yards. 77. Do you know how many catches Tyreek Hill had? Had to be over 100. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Tyreek Hill had 111 catches and 1,239 yards. This man had 40 more catches than Deebo and still had 200 yards less than this man. Do y'all not get it? Deebo didn't play 2 games. This man was on pace for pretty much what? 1,600 yards? Don't get it. What y'all talking about? 1 year. It don't matter. It was the first year he was featured. It was the only year he was featured. The only year the man was unfeatured. Tyreek Hill had 96 rushing yards. 96 rushing yards. Deebo Samuels had 365. 4 times as much. Y'all, man, y'all better stop this homer stuff. That's all y'all do. Oh, if they're in a Dolphin uniform, you want to lie. Stop that mess, man. I love Tyreek, but you got to be honest. Got to be honest. You put them stats. And once again, let me say this again. Tyreek had Mahomes. Deebo had Garoppolo. Like, come on, man. Y'all don't get that? Man, let me say it one more time for the people in the back. Tyreek with a full season had 111 receptions. Deebo only had 77 and put up 200 more yards than him. 200 more yards than him. Where my other stats at? Man, hold on. Garoppolo ain't no slouch. I agree, but he ain't Patrick Mahomes, is he? Is he? He ain't no Patrick Mahomes, is he? He said Deebo had Mike McDaniel. And who's more known for offense? Mike McDaniel or that guy over there on the sideline, Andy Reid in Kansas City? Come on, man. You're putting too much emphasis on breaking tackles. Why is power running more valuable than shiftiness for a receiver? Because you get more in your stats. That's why. The reason why power running is more important because you could break tackles that are there. You could break tackles in a system where you're catching short balls. Remember that. Remember that. In a system where you're catching short balls. San Francisco, quick passes. Kansas City, quick passes. Miami's going to be quick passes. So all that shiftiness ain't real. I mean, y'all act like Tyreek Hill was catching 5-yard passes and just going for 40. That ain't what was happening. Tyreek was catching 5, getting 7, going down, and then catching the deep one here and there. But Deebo would catch the 5, break a tackle, and get 15. The stats don't lie. That's what people need to understand. The stats don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. It's right here in front of you. I'm trying to find one more for y'all. Advanced receiving, rushing. Let me see here. Let me help y'all out real quick. Let me show y'all something, man. Let me show y'all something. Let me help y'all out. Do you know what? See, this is what matters. It's called yak, ladies and gentlemen. It's called yak. It's called yak, ladies and gentlemen. Yards after the catch. Color said I'm tripping. Well, take this one, Color. It's called yak. Yards after the catch. Do you know what Tyreek Hill's yak is? Yards after the catch. Tyreek Hill yards after the catch is 4 yards after the catch. That ain't bad, but it's 4 yards after the catch. Take a guess what Deebo's yak is. Take a guess what Deebo's yak is after the catch. That tells you all you need to know about shiftiness versus power running. Y'all better stop coming at me when I'm giving y'all these facts, man. I'm waiting on y'all in the comment section. I want you to guess what Deebo's yak is. Tyreek Hill, when he catch the ball, he got a 4-yard yak with it, which is good. Deebo Samuels is 10 yards yak. Get out of here. Y'all talking about. You know the value of Deebo Samuels? 10 yards yak. Let's go raw numbers. How many yak yards did Tyreek get with all of those passes? 444 yards of yak for Tyreek Hill on the season. Deebo, 768. Y'all better learn something today. It's called yak. That nullifies all y'all theories about this. Well, when does shiftiness become better than power? There you have it right there. Because the truth is, Tyreek can be shifty, but y'all lying to yourself. Deebo's shifty too. He got shiftiness and power. Shiftiness and power. Come on, man. And even when Deebo wasn't featured in the offense in 2020, the man had, oh my gosh, the man was 12.1 yards yak. Deebo Samuels, even the year before, he was even better, 12.1 yards of yak. He had 398 yards of yak that year. Tyreek was 5 yards per. Tyreek done played 4 seasons and his highest yak is 6.1. Let me go and give it to you. 6.1, 4.7, 5.0, and 4.0. Deebo Samuels, 8.3, 12.1, 10. 10. This ain't even close. It ain't even close. It's not even close. These are facts. Somebody said now TD trash and Hill. See, I knew y'all were going to go there. Go there all you want. All I'm doing is giving you facts. Hill is a weapon. Even the numbers I named for Hill is phenomenal if you compare him to other receivers. It's phenomenal. Tyreek Hill is phenomenal. But we going to be honest on this channel. Deebo Samuels is more valuable than Tyreek Hill. Some of y'all just don't want to believe it. And you know what? Let me put what Blake just put because it's true. It hurts. It hurts. I know. It hurts some of y'all. It hurts. Let me put it up. You're right, AA. Class in session, statistics. Y'all get mad at me when I tell y'all the truth. It's only so you can be educated in what's going on. Y'all always think because they wear a dolphin on their uniform, there ain't nothing better. There ain't nothing better. Y'all always think just because there's a dolphin on the uniform, there ain't nothing better. It's ridiculous. You're making people dumber, TD. Yeah, because they don't want to accept the truth. Instead of listening to TD, they like, no, I prefer to be dumb. I prefer to be dumber. No, I can't take that. Tyreek Hill gets better yards at the catch, even though they know he don't. Oh, Tyreek Hill, no. Yeah, I probably am making people dumber. See, I'm the only guy that nobody want to take the facts from because it's me. TD right, but I don't like him, so I just can't take it. Man, get out of here, man. I'll tell y'all something, man. Deebo Samuel's that dude. I don't know what y'all talking about. That man is that dude. And he did, oh my gosh, I keep thinking about that. This man only played 15 games. He did all of that without 2 games. All of that and didn't even play 2 games. Jeez. Whew. Let's see something, man. Oh, man, it closed out on me. It's your truth and your opinion. I don't know who you're talking about. You must be talking about somebody in the comment section. If you talk about Deebo Samuels versus Tyreek, yeah, it's my truth and my opinion that he's more valuable than Deebo. But it is a fact that Deebo gets more yards per catch. Deebo gets more yards after the catch. Deebo gets more yards, period. That ain't my opinion. That's a fact. And then the crazy thing is, I want y'all to really think about this. This is the insane thing about Deebo Samuels. He does it in so much less attempts. You know how efficient that is? 77 catches and he put them numbers up. It took Tyreek Hill 111, what was it? 111 catches to still not be able to put up them numbers? 111? Man. It's less attempts. Exactly. That's what's even more crazy. Hold on. Let me see Deebo's attempts. Deebo had the ball thrown to him 121 times. Tyreek, 159. 40 more times Tyreek got the ball thrown to him. 40 more times. Oh my gosh, if Deebo had the ball thrown to him 159 times, he would put up 2,200 yards passing. 2,200 yards passing, y'all. That's what the pace was if he got targeted like Tyreek. And some people were like, well, because I saw somebody in the comment section, well, Deebo is all they got. I'm sure that he had more opportunities. Tyreek Hill was targeted 159 times. Deebo was targeted 121 times. That one ain't true. That one ain't true. So for Kenna, who said to be fair, he'll have more other players. 159 targets. 159 targets. Deebo, 121. That one ain't true. Next. Deebo has 10 times more plays out of the backfield. Once again, that goes into rushing yards. We ain't got to include rushing. But that's also why I say Deebo is more valuable, because of his ability to rush the ball as well. But if you take away all the backfield rushes, we just talk about receiving. We just talk about receiving here. That's all. That's all we talk about, receiving. Let me see here. And don't tell me Deebo Samuels runs more bubble screens. You can't give me that one either. You know why? Another stat. Yards before the ball is caught. Tyreek Hill gets the ball at 7.3 yards. Deebo Samuels, 8.3. A whole yard further. Any stat you bring up, it ain't going to make sense. Somebody say TD always trying to be right. I am right. Tell me where I'm wrong. Please give me some statistical data to tell me where I'm wrong. Every single thing y'all throw my way, the stats tell you you're wrong. Talk about the workload. Tyreek has more workload. Tyreek has 159 targets. Deebo, 121. What do you mean talk about the workload? This is what's interesting to me about today's society, man. Somebody can put the stats right in your face, but you let your feelings be involved to tell you other than. Every single thing y'all thrown at me. Well, Deebo has more targets. That's not true. In less games on top of that. Every single thing that's thrown my way. This is what's wrong with society today. You could put a fact in somebody's face and feelings trump it. When did that start happening? When did that start happening? You could literally give somebody 2 + 2 is 4, but I feel like it should be 3. No, you're wrong. It's 3. No, that's your opinion. It's 4. That's what the world has come to now. Bro, Tyreek did it for 6 seasons. You're correct. Tyreek has the longevity, ladies and gentlemen. Deebo can't even touch it. Tyreek has the longevity. He's did it every season. You're correct. I give Tyreek, he's a better player because he's from an all-time perspective, careers perspective, Tyreek is the better player because he's done what he's done consistently every single season. But when they finally put Deebo in a lead role, this is what you get. This is what you get. He's right there with them. So with these stats starting out for Deebo, who got the bigger upside? Why don't y'all answer me that one? Who got the greater upside at this point? We know what Tyreek is, and he gonna consistently be it. Look where Deebo's starting, killing all the numbers. Who got the greater upside? Answer that one in the comment section. Which player has a bigger upside? I will put you on the general manager seat this draft. LOL. How would you spearhead this draft as far as trades and picks? GMTD. Now, are you for us? I mean, we talk about later rounds. Listen, if this was my team, if I was making a decision, I'm going for a Super Bowl now. If this was my team, let me tell you what I would do if this was my team. And I know some of y'all gonna be in your feelings because it's involving Tua. It is what it is. I can care less. But this is my ultimate plan, what I would do right here, right now in the draft. Okay? First of all, I would take Christian Wilkins. And I would take Mike Gesicki, and I actually would trade them. Okay? I would trade them to San Francisco with the first round pick and go get Deebo Samuels. And I would swap first round picks with them to try to get the year after of theirs because they're going to be struggling. Matter of fact, scratch that. I just give them a first round pick for Deebo because I'm just trying to save the salary cap. I'm trying to get the salary cap saved, and that's the only way it works. Christian Wilkins and Gesicki money equates to what Deebo is going to be getting. So, but what I would do is I would just send San Francisco a first-round pick. I would bring Deebo to Miami. I would take Christian Wilkins and Mike Gesicki, and I would send them to Tampa Bay with probably a second-rounder. I'll bring Brady over right now. It'll be Brady. It'll be Brady. It'll be Deebo, Tyreek, Waddle. I would give him the best receiving core he has ever had in his career. And it would be. It would be the best receiving core in NFL history, by the way. So I would go get Brady, go get Deebo Samuels, and I still got a first-round pick for next year. Then I would take that first-round pick, and I'll go get me a right tackle and go win a Super Bowl for 2 years in a row. And guess what the most beautiful part of it all is, ladies and gentlemen? Because y'all always think I'm hating on Tua. Guess what the most beautiful part of that would be? Tua's still on the roster, learning Mike McDaniel's system with an opportunity to perfect it for 2 years while Brady win a Super Bowl. And then Brady can go up in ownership and be in that front office, and Tua should be able to start mastering the playbook and know and take this team and be our franchise quarterback going forward. Because I truly believe if Tua could have 2 years of just learning If he would have came in the right way, which they didn't, they never did him the right way from day one. He should have been learning the system for at least 1 year on the bench, but 2 years, well, I think he would master the system. And he could come in 2025 and be the franchise quarterback. And guess what? It would be at a discount because he didn't do anything to prove $40 million money. But you could bless him and give him a 5-year, $100 million contract, $20 million per year after Brady up there in the front office and ownership. But we going to win 2 Super Bowls in a row, and then we going to feel confident in Tua helping us win the next 5 of them. If I was the Miami Dolphins, and the crazy thing about what I'm telling y'all right now, we actually have the freaking assets to do that. We actually have the assets to do exactly what I just said. Tell San Francisco, I'm about to give you your first round pick back. Give me Deebo. Y'all gonna suck, so it's gonna be a high pick. Deebo's in Miami. Tampa Bay, you know it's inevitable anyway. It's either now or next year. At least get something for him instead of him walking next year. Let me send you a young star who can help you build in Christian Wilkins. And let me send you Mike Gesicki, which is a nice weapon. And I even send you Teddy Bridgewater to hold the fort down in the meantime. Send us Brady. And then I'm going to take that last first round pick and I'm going to go get me a right tackle, a certified right tackle. And guess what? Out of all of this, we'll still have the money to do it. And the only thing that we'd want to upgrade at, and we will, I forgot to tell y'all the little icing on top. Soon as Brady get here, hey Brady, call Gronk and tell him come on now. Cause we sent Gesicki, call Gronk and tell him come on. And now we could develop Hunter Long, let Gronk ride out for 2 years. Go and call Gronk and go and bring him in. You're going to have Deebo Samuels, Tyreek Hill, freaking Jalen Waddle. You're going to have Gronkowski, Lynn Bowden, Cedric Wilson, one of the best O-lines in the NFL, Tom freaking Brady, a top 5 defense. And tell me we couldn't do that. And Tua gets to learn behind him. And we could tell Tua, we want to give you a long-term. Somebody said Tua wouldn't resign. Let me tell you why he'd resign. Because he'd be done. Nobody has any other look at him. You could call and offer a trade for him. No, we straight. Nobody had a look at him. All they have is the value that he currently is. And if he left the Dolphins and wanted to go re-sign anywhere else, he ain't getting more than $10 million a year. And we're going to sit there and tell him, we're going to pick up your 5th-year option, and then we're going to extend you for $20 million per year on a 5-year deal, $100 million contract. Win-win. Somebody say he won't re-sign. He wants the money. What money would Tua get if we brought in Tom Brady and made him sit for 2 years? What money is Tua going to get in the open market? Are you kidding me? He ain't getting more than $20 million, and we at least going to give it to him. See, at first they said, oh, TD, you must be drinking something. Now the comment section say, I want what TD drinking. You can't tell me we can't do that. So if I would, for whoever donated, let me see who that was. Because this is for whoever donated. That's my answer to you. Who was that? I want to list you by. Oh, shout out to Brent with the donation. She said Deebo gonna be a Jet. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Man, I lost whoever donated, but you can't sit here and tell me, Miami Dolphin fans, that we couldn't do that if we wanted to. You can't. That was Dorno Oscar with that comment. Hopefully I answered your question. San Francisco will do it because Deebo want to be here anyway with Mike McDaniel. San Francisco would do it for next year's first rounder because they know they're going to suck without Deebo anyway. San Francisco would do it. Tampa Bay would do it because they're getting Christian Wilkins and Mike Gesicki and Teddy Bridgewater and throw in a third-round pick next year. I don't care. Make it sweet to make sure it happens. They would do it. Gronk would come back because Brady want him to. And I know that's a pipe dream, but I was answering the person's question because I know Miami ain't gonna do it. But you know what? I gotta poll this. I'm putting the poll out. Answer the question. Would you do it? Would you do it? Just a simple question. Thomas Allman with the donation said, TD. Tom Brady is the GOAT, but me imagining him in a Fins uniform, it makes me feel a little sick. I take it, but feel wrong too. Hey, listen. The only thing I wouldn't mind feeling wrong about is hoisting the Lombardi no matter how it comes. Hoisting the Lombardi trophy no matter how it comes. We got to get past that. You want to hoist that Lombardi trophy no matter what. That's above anything. That's above anything. But would you do it? The poll is up. I want to get your vote. We got 300 people in here. Go ahead and vote. We only got 63 votes. Would you do it? And look at what you'd be doing. You would literally be setting Tua up for success. He gets to learn the system for 2 years. He gets to sit behind the greatest quarterback of all time and learn. And he gets to be our franchise quarterback after that. You commit to him on a 5-year, $100 million contract, $60 million guaranteed just to show them we are committed to you. Because if he hit free agency, he ain't getting more than 10 because he ain't going to be able to show himself doing anything. You take care of everybody in that situation. The fans, the players, everybody. Now Mike Gesicki get to go get a real deal. Christian Wilkins can get the money that he deserves. You don't need them draft picks anyway because the NFL might come in and take them. Y'all better think about what I'm saying here. So if I was on the clock, these are the moves I'd be trying to make for my franchise. And nobody would have a question that we did everything possible to win a Super Bowl. And on top of that, we guaranteed to win a freaking Super Bowl. That is a guarantee. A guarantee. That is a guaranteed Super Bowl. I know this game is hard, but that is a freaking guaranteed Super Bowl. I don't care what you or your mama say. That is a guaranteed Super Bowl. Tom Brady, Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuels, freaking Waddle, Cedric Wilson, freaking Gronkowski, freaking Lynn Bowden, Brady again. So in your defense, it's a guaranteed Super Bowl. I don't care what nobody say. It's a guaranteed Super Bowl. Nobody would be able to beat us, stop us, anything we did. It would be guess what? We'd have another undefeated season. We'd have another undefeated season. We'd have another undefeated season. I got to go, man. I'm getting out of here on this note. Thank y'all for tuning in to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I got to go on that. I'll see y'all tonight. We coming back at it tonight. I'll see y'all tonight, man. Undefeated.